Dell computers. This is Optiplex Prime. I am coming to help you.
So here it is, the mighty Optiplex XE2, which I just found out about last month that even existed after almost 2 years of buying Optiplexes. And sorry it's loud out here, but this is the only place I could find to do this before it gets dark. So this particular one is the XE2 small form factor. I have an older small form factor here just for reference. But this is basically an Optiplex 9020 4th generation Dell small form factor XE2. And so what's the difference between this and a 9020? Well, the first thing you can see is it's black. This would normally be silver. It has a different processor. So if you can see here, V Pro, it has a lower power processor. This is meant for workstation enterprise use. Comparing it to pictures of the 9020, which I don't have with me, this would normally be colored. This is also black. The layout's the same. This is the same. The power supply is upgraded. It's a 315 watt. I'm not sure what this is. This might be an upgraded Ethernet port because there's one here. So I'm not sure what that one does. This, the guy that I bought this from, he had more than one of these, and they each had this port right here. So I didn't know what that was. He told me what it was. I'll show you here in a second. And then let's take a look inside. For some reason this panel just does not like to come off. So here's the inside. We have now, the power supply should be 315 watt versus the usual wimpy power supply. And so it has the extra power pin connection for a graphics card, unlike a 9020. And what this is for is, the guy, he said that their monitors would plug in here. So when you would turn on the computer, it would actually turn on the monitor as well. And that's kind of interesting. So there's no card here. It's just this little sort of adapter port thing. So that's nice. The fans here are ball bearing. And so these were meant to be used in a company setting for years and years and years. So the fans are ball bearing instead of the regular bearing. Also, the heatsink has a copper slug in it instead of just an aluminum plate, but otherwise looks the same. And then this card, I'm not sure what this is. This maybe it's a PCI Express, maybe a faster port card, Broadcom. I don't know. It came with 8 gigs of memory, a 500 gig hard drive. Let's see if the hard drive looks any different. It is Western Digital Blue. So August 2014. It has Windows 10 on it, but it came with a Vista key on the top, which is strange. So this hard drive I guess we can sell that. There's the inside. USB 3 front port. Although, okay, yeah, it does have USB 3. I didn't think it did. So these two are USB 3. These two are not. And then this comes off normally. Kind of dusty. So there is actually, if you look at the video we're going to watch later, there was an optional dust filter you could put over the top of this. The thing about these is they last for years and years and years, but it's always the dust that gets them. And then if it's not the dust, the power supply usually dies after a while. So this is an upgraded one. And then the processor is a 4570S, which is a lower power consumption processor. So that's 65 watt. I forget what the original one is. And then it's a nice shroud. It's pretty clean in there. Also, the final difference between this and a regular Optiplex is that this BIOS can be upgraded further than a typical Optiplex. So you can put, normally a 4770 is the highest processor you can put in here. But if you upgrade the BIOS, you can put in a 4790 or a 4790K. And somebody reported that you can actually overclock the CPU with software if you put in the 4790K. And the BIOS update should let you run Xeon processors, which normally you can't, I think, in these. I'm not sure what the highest Xeon processor you can put in is. Memory's pretty straightforward. It's just 8 gigs. So I didn't really want this. I just got it because I wanted to see one in person. I'm gonna steal the copper slug heatsink and put a regular one here, and then just sell it as a regular office computer. And it's too bad. I would like to keep this because it's nice to have the black, but I don't have another one to swap it with. But yeah, that's it. Your workplace workstation high-end Optiplex to be used for years and years and years. Let me show you the commercial for these. It's pretty funny. And then we'll get out of here.